Joe, thanks for joining us to unpack that match. What the Wallabies fans are always wanting to know at the moment, is there improvement in that? I mean, that was a tough loss, I imagine, to take. Are you looking at areas there also going, all right, there was some things we did well, we can see progress?
Hopefully they're looking deep enough and see a bit of progress. We're certainly working hard to keep progressing, and I think we're demonstrating that grit that we promised people, that we would be continuing to make the effort we needed to try to play the best we could, particularly to defend the best we could. I felt we got off the line a little bit better this week. Looking at that try there with Geordie putting his big beak in the way, like that sort of thing. That they get that on the back of if we get a try and get brought back for what's described as a crock roll, and that confidence our young team needs, it sort of slips away from you, particularly when Will goes off after about 12 minutes. We'd sort of built a bit of what we wanted to do around some of the people we had, and then we started to lose them. So that doesn't help either. But New Zealand, they're a very, very tough side. They've got weapons across the park. Players I know well, and our players know well that if they get the opportunity, they're going to be tough to beat. I was proud of the way in tough conditions that the players played. I certainly felt that we made some pretty telling line breaks, even early in the game when it was wet. And, hanging tough again, 2014, with 10 to go, we're actually back in the contest, and on the back of 2 yellow cards. You just can't give New Zealand a leg up like that.
There's been lots of chats, obviously, around fly half Tane Edmund, obviously, wore the number 10 jersey. Jake Gordon, there's obviously familiarity in that pairing. What did he do throughout the week that made you want to back him this week?
I think Tane is such a good young kid, and he's had a really tough season. He didn't really play the back half of the Super Rugby season, so, to be a kid starting his second test, he did really well, I felt. Kicked for the line well, kicked a goal really well. He did have that one come up back off the upright, but I thought it was a super kick. He tackled well. He organised pretty well as well, under pressure with a player down for a couple of times as well. And we had Filippo Dongunu playing on the side of the scrum. It's pretty hard to attack, when you're a number down against the quality of the All Blacks.
Hey, Joe, what's your message moving forward for the Wallaby fans at the moment? Because the brand and the style of rugby has been exciting. There's a lot of people in Australia since, the British and Irish Lions Test series that have re-engaged into rugby. But still, it's only 4 wins in 10 Test matches. So now you go away, you got 5 Tests away. Can you regroup?
Yeah, and Tim, it's easy to say it's only. It's only a bounce off of the ball. It's only a decision that gets us brought back from scoring a try. There's always a lot of it's onlys,
yep.
But I think it's unfair to the group to say that there isn't visible improvement. They are working incredibly hard, and I would like to think, and speaking to the public, I'd love them to keep backing us. Because we're going to keep progressing as best we can. We're going to keep rolling our sleeves up. And if you can keep backing us, we will give you something to get excited about. And hopefully, on the back of that, we will get some wins. And we know we need to do that. That is, as you say, Tim, that's how you get measured. And we didn't measure up well enough tonight.
Yeah, I'm certain that the Australian public are going to stay supporting this side when they're all the way they are. The next time they get the chance to see the Wallabies in action will be against Japan in Japan later this month. There's a few weeks break between now and then. What does the next few weeks look like for the Wallabies?
Yeah, it's been an incredibly tough series of games so far. Fiji into 3 Lions tests, straight over to South Africa. 2 tough tests against Argentina, and then 2 against the All Blacks. Nothing was made easy, and we didn't make it easy for ourselves at times. So it's a breather for a week. The players will get a bit of time to get home, reunite with their families, and we'll get back together toward the end of next week and spend a couple of days in Sydney getting ourselves organised, and then head to Japan and from Japan to England to Italy to Ireland to France. So big 5 weeks still coming up.
Yeah, it's a full year sport, isn't it, rugby?
Well,
it's a massive calendar, Joe.
Certainly feels like it right now, Atco. But it's probably remiss if I don't mention James Slipper. He is an absolute legend, so much of the glue in our group, and at the same time mentioning Mike Cron, who has been he's been an absolute champion. Came in at a minute's notice and has made a real difference. I thought our scrum held up really well again tonight, and as long as we're building those set pieces on the back of them, I did feel like we were on the cusp of opening them up a few times and didn't quite get maybe the luck in behind that, where I felt that, you know, there was a few bounces that could have maybe gone our way, but
few headers went your way.
Well, yeah, and a few decisions when you score and you get brought back and you're about to get 7 and they get to kick down into your half. So those things they're tough, and on the back of maybe losing personnel on our way through. So that again just makes it quite tough.
Yeah, that's one of the things we love and one of the things we hate about rugby, Joe.
Yeah.
But we love having you join us on match day coverage. Always very giving of your time. Well said on Mike Cron and James Slipper as well. Thanks very much.